Hi, I'm Merrisa Naidoo from GAIA Africa, coming to you on day 3 of the INC-5.2. We've spent day 3, most part of day 3 actually, still engaged in contact group discussions on the chair's text. There's also been a few more informal meetings in between the contact group sessions, and as well as also member states focusing on country alliance proposals. Whilst this format of negotiations continues and will most likely continue for the next couple of days, there has been some significant news as well as research developments emerging on plastics while we sit here in the negotiations. This includes globally as well as within the African context, and one particular article that I would like to cite whilst reporting back to you is the Guardian article this week, which has reported research from the medical laboratory of Lancet around the health costs and implications that the plastics crisis is having, which has come up to a statistic of $1.5 trillion US dollars, in health costs on the plastics crisis. In Africa news, the new global market for so-called plastics credits has been unmasked as threatening the livelihoods of waste pickers. And this is something that has come to us in the form of an expose almost on how waste pickers in Kenya, specifically under the so-called company called Taka Solutions, have been finding themselves at the negative end of a plastic credit project that has emerged. And one thing to note about plastic credits, they represent false solutions in the context of solutions to addressing the plastics crisis. And why they're considered false solutions is because they actually continue to perpetuate plastic production and the plastics crisis and don't actually benefit waste pickers as they, so-called state to do so. We also saw a rather bold action by Greenpeace today, this morning, where 22 activists essentially took on an action of demonstrating an oil spill in front of the UN building this morning, demonstrating the influence that the plastics and fossil fuel industries are having within this process. So whilst we sit here in negotiations, the news continues to emerge and the research continues to strengthen as to why we really need to address the plastics crisis problem from an upstream angle. For more updates, you can be sure to follow all of our social media pages on the Africa for Zero Waste page.